You thought you had already seen adorable little birds? Then wait until you meet these beauties. In today's video, we prepared a selection of the 20 cutest birds in the world, with round little eyes, soft feathers, and faces that look like they're smiling. But before we begin, make sure to subscribe to our channel and leave your like. Now, let's get started. Number 1. Cuban toady, a tiny green button that looks like a magical toy. Have you ever seen a bird so small and cute it seems unreal? That's the Cuban toady, and one of the smallest, most charming, most adorable birds on Earth. At just 11 centimeters and around 5 grams, it's nearly the size of a finger. But what it lacks in size, it compensates in pure charm. Its back is a vibrant green, its chest is white, its throat is rosy, and its thick little bill looks like it belongs to a colorful toy. Its large, round eyes give it an extra touch of tenderness, making it look as though it's exploring a magical world with innocent curiosity. It lives exclusively in Cuba, in tropical forests and secondary woodlands. It enjoys short flights and long moments perched quietly, observing its surroundings. It feeds on tiny insects and nests in natural cavities. Though it may look shy, it is active and vocal, now producing fast, high-pitched sounds that resemble electronic toy beeps. With its nearly magical appearance and serene behavior, the Cuban toady captures hearts instantly. Without a doubt, the most adorable bird on our entire list. Number 2. Eurasian blue tite, the tiny blue button with a mischievous gaze that won over all of Europe. Some birds seem made to be admired tenderly. And then there is the Eurasian blue tit, a creature that looks hand-painted by someone obsessed with delicate colors, rounded shapes, and a natural touch of mischief. At only about 12 centimeters, it's too small to intimidate anything, but big enough to mesmerize anyone lucky enough to see it up close. A living miniature palette, the blue tit is so colorful it looks like it leapt from an illuminated medieval manuscript. Its blue crown shines like glazed porcelain. Its white cheeks, outlined by a thin black band, give it a theatrical expression, as if always ready to enter the stage. Its bright yellow breast is like a drop of condensed sunlight. The short bluish tail completes the look, forming a tiny forest talisman. From afar, you see a flash of yellow and blue. Up close, the pattern becomes astonishingly detailed, each feather placed with mathematical precision, a mischievous personality that became its trademark. If blue tits had human-like expressions, they would look like they were always half smiling, as if thinking, what trouble can I get into today? They are naturally curious. They explore tree holes, rooftops, mailboxes, lanterns, open windows, feeders, anything that looks interesting or shiny. They are fearless explorers, constantly testing, touching, and learning. A tiny brain with surprising intelligence. Despite their small size, blue tits are among the smartest garden birds in Europe. They learn patterns fast, discover tricks, remember food sources, and adapt to human behavior. One of the most famous cases occurred in the 20th century when entire populations learned, culturally and collectively, how to open milk bottle caps left at doorsteps in the UK. They pierced the paper seal to drink the fatty cream at the top. This behavior spread across cities and even countries, demonstrating cultural transmission between generations. Blue tits don't just learn, they teach. Movements that look choreographed. Watching a Eurasian blue tit move is like watching natural choreography. It hops from branch to branch with grace, often hanging upside down by its tiny feet to reach insects or seeds. It often twitches its tail gently while observing and deciding its next move. Its flight is fast, zigzagging, full of tiny course corrections, like a colorful dart changing direction dozens of times per second. Song, a signature of European spring. The blue tit's song is made of rapid, high-pitched notes, almost as if saying, hey, 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 come look at this. With spring's arrival, males sing tirelessly to mark territory and attract mates. Songs vary between regions, almost like accents, and these vocal dialects are socially learned across generations. This reinforces the species' reputation for intelligence and adaptability. Small but essential to the ecosystem, blue tits play a massive ecological role. Despite their tiny size, they help control insects, pollinate flowers, disperse seeds, and act as indicators of environmental health. Healthy blue tit populations usually mean healthy ecosystems. During chick rearing season, a single pair may catch over 10,000 insects in a few weeks, preventing pest outbreaks. The nest, a compact masterpiece. Their nest is a small architectural wonder made of moss, fur, feathers, and plant fibers. It becomes a cozy, insulated chamber. Females typically typically lay 7 to 12 eggs, sometimes more. Each egg is a delicate white gem speckled with brown. When chicks hatch, they are fragile and nearly translucent, but they grow quickly, becoming hungry little spheres begging for food non-stop, a bird that became a symbol of joy. The blue tit appears in poems, paintings, embroidery, children's books, and historical records across Europe. Its behavior, charm, and colors made it one of the most beloved birds on the continent. It doesn't evoke fear or power. It represents pure joy, a reminder that tiny creatures can bring huge happiness. The human connection, why it charms so easily. Maybe it's the size, maybe the colors, maybe the playful behavior, or maybe the way it seems genuinely curious about humans. Like a little neighbor wanting to join the conversation. Blue tits form emotional connections with anyone who observes them closely. It's almost impossible to see one and not smile, a tiny ball of joy made to win hearts. In the end, the Eurasian blue tit is exactly that, a living ball of joy, a tiny blue-yellow spark, a natural burst of intelligence, humor, and color. It doesn't need strength to be impressive, it doesn't need size to be majestic, it only needs to exist, and the world instantly feels lighter. Number 3. American goldfinch. The American goldfinch, also known as Spinus tristis, is one of the most beloved birds in North America, not only for its beauty, but for the joyful aura it seems to carry. Many people describe it as a piece of sunshine, and it's easy to understand why. Its bright colors, gentle voice, light flight, and peaceful personality make it a living jewel. Tiny for so much charisma, yet large enough to transform any landscape it crosses. Imagine walking through an open field, warm breezes brushing past, the scent of wildflowers in the air. Suddenly, a yellow spark glides across your path with a wavy, bouncing flight, almost as if the wind itself is playing with it. That little sunbeam is the goldfinch. It doesn't just fly, it dances. It floats, twists, vibrates. Its light body moves with the rhythm of the breeze, creating motion so smooth they look choreographed. To truly understand this fascinating species, we need to explore its world with care, where it lives, how it behaves, what it eats, how it sings, how it raises its young, how its colors change throughout the year, what it symbolizes to those who see it daily, and the cultural meaning it carries. The goldfinch isn't just beautiful, it is history, biology, ecology, symbolism, and emotion woven into a tiny golden creature. Appearance, a living spectacle that changes with the seasons. The American goldfinch is one of the few birds that truly changes costumes throughout the year. The transformation is so dramatic that beginners often think they're seeing different species. The male at his spring peak. During breeding season, the male shows off an incredibly bright yellow, so vivid it stands out from any other local bird. It's almost luminous, paired with black wings with white bars, a small black cap on top of the head, a strong orange bill, a dark tail with pale edges. He looks hand-painted. Nature designed him like this. The brighter he is, the more likely he is to attract a female. The female, soft elegance. Females are gentler in tone, ranging from pale yellow to olive. They don't need the male's intensity. Camouflage near the nest is their evolutionary priority. Their beauty is subtle, but equally enchanting. Winter, when the sun dims, but only a little. In winter, the male loses much of his color and looks more like a yellowish sparrow. This helps protect him during harsher months, but if you look closely, you'll always find a golden spark on his chest, a clue to who he really is. Habitat, meadows, light forests, gardens, and happy backyards. The goldfinch lives across most of North America, from southern Canada to Mexico. It prefers open environments where it can find seeds, perch on low shrubs, fly across fields, visit human gardens. It has a special relationship with people. Unlike shyer birds, the goldfinch sees feeders and gardens as opportunities. It learns quickly where food is available and returns daily, like a familiar guest. The unmistakable flight, a signature in the sky. The goldfinch doesn't fly in a straight line. Instead, it draws soft waves through the air. Evolution shaped this pattern because it saves energy, makes it harder for predators to catch matches. Its lightweight body creates a unique visual identity. Once you've seen a goldfinch flying, you'll never confuse it with any other bird. Voice. Tiny bells singing happiness. The American goldfinch sings high, quick, cheerful notes. Its call almost sounds like laughter or little phrases of curiosity. Its most famous call resembles "per chicoree" or "pota to chip." Anyone familiar with the species recognizes it by sound long before seeing those yellow feathers. They use their voice to alert the flock callmates, stay in contact during flight, defend territory, and sometimes simply for joy. Many ornithologists say goldfinches sing partly out of pure enthusiasm. Diet: the seed specialist. While many birds change diets throughout the year, the goldfinch remains almost strictly vegetarianous, even when raising chicks. This is rare among small birds. Its favorites include thistle seeds, sunflower seeds, seeds from herbaceous plants, tiny wild grains. Its small conical bill evolved precisely for this purpose: efficient, precise, and strong social behavior, gentleness, joy, and cooperation. Goldfinches are peaceful. They prefer to live in groups, share space, feed near other birds, sing together. They rarely fight. Even at crowded feeders, they would rather wait calmly than start conflicts. Reproduction: the golden family. Goldfinches breed later than most birds. They wait for soft, abundant seeds needed to feed their young. The nest: the female builds perfect nests, deep, tightly woven, soft, inside nearly waterproof. Some are so well made they can even hold water. Not ideal, but proof of how dense they are. The chicks: they are fed with chewed seeds, not insects. Extremely unusual for small songbirds. They grow quickly and soon follow their parents through the fields. Cultural symbolism: the bird of happiness. Throughout the years, the goldfinch has become a symbol of light, positive energy, luck, gentle joy, growth, perseverance. Some call it nature's yellow amulet. It appears in paintings, poems, tapestries, crafts, clothing designs, and countless family stories across North America. Living with humans, a simple, beautiful friendship. Few birds are as welcome in backyards as the goldfinch. Provide sunflower hearts, thistle seed, clean water, small trees, or shrubs, and it will visit every day and observing, singing, perching nearby. Never invasive, never aggressive, it brings softness. Some garden owners say the goldfinch is a moment of peace in the middle of the day. Ecology: small but essential, goldfinches help disperse seeds, control invasive plants, maintain healthy open ecosystems. Their role is small but vital. Without them, many plants would struggle to spread. Amazing facts: changes color almost completely between seasons. Loves flying with thus companions, very loyal to its territory, has one of the most graceful flights among small birds. Can extract tiny seeds with remarkable precision. One of the most beloved birds among bird watchers. Why does the goldfinch enchant so deeply? Because it combines beauty, gentleness, and energy in a rare way. It doesn't impress through size or power, but through its ability to brighten any environment with its simple presence. The goldfinch is a constant reminder that nature doesn't need grandeur to be extraordinary. Number 4. Gnatcatcher. The gnatcatcher, this tiny living dot among the branches, is one of the most charming birds in the Americas. Its tiny size, about 11 centimeters, often makes people mistake it for a moving leaf, but a closer look is enough to understand why this bird has so many admirers. Its soft gray plumage, almost like a cloudy sky turned into feathers, gives it a delicate and discreet appearance. But don't be fooled. Behind that modest look lies tireless energy, a restless charm, and a surprisingly bold personality. The first thing that stands out is its tail. Long relative to its small body, thin and expressive, it seems to have a life of its own. The gnatcatcher moves it side to side constantly, as if keeping the beat of a secret rhythm only it can hear. This movement is so characteristic that many birdwatchers can identify the species just by its dancing tail before even seeing the rest of the bird. Its rounded, lively eyes show constant curiosity. It examines everything around it as if every leaf hid a mystery and every branch were an invitation to explore. And explore it does. It hops, jumps, and runs along branches in fast, precise movements, showing impressive agility for something so small. Unlike larger birds, it doesn't need wide open spaces to feel free. A shrub full of twigs is already an entire universe. And what a busy universe! The gnatcatcher lives in areas with low vegetation, dense shrubs, and semi-open habitats throughout many regions of the Americas. In the United States, it's common to see it in spring when it seems to enter hyperactive mode, singing while searching for food. Its song is surprisingly strong for such a tiny body, a sequence of sharp trills, quick metallic notes, and little bursts that echo through the branches. Though shy with humans, it is extremely social with its own species. They form stable pairs during the breeding season and build tiny nests made from plant fibers, thin bark strips, and spider silk. These nests, besides being sturdy, are true miniaturized works of art, just a few centimeters wide but capable of protecting chicks from wind and rain. When seen up close, always respectfully and from a safe distance, they look like little cotton cups attached to branches. Their defense behavior is another charming trait. The pair works together at all times. While one looks for food, the other keeps watch. If a predator, often much bigger than they are, approaches, gnatcatchers emit alarm calls and fly in fast, erratic patterns to confuse the intruder. Their courage is touching when you remember they weigh less than a large coin. A curious fact, their diet is made mostly of small insects. They hunt mosquitoes, larvae, tiny ants, and many arthropods hiding on leaves and branches. The way they catch prey is impressive. They hop, spread their tail for balance, tilt their head at nearly impossible angles, and in a split second seize their target. Their English name gnatcatcher literally means catcher of tiny insects. This insect-based diet makes them ecologically essential. They help control populations of small insects and prevent natural imbalances that could harm plants and trees. Even so small, their impact is enormous. Another reminder that size never determines importance in nature. Few people know that some gnatcatcher species migrate long distances during certain seasons. Despite their size, they travel hundreds of kilometers seeking warmer regions. They migrate in groups, communicating with short calls, as if saying, "I'm here. Keep this way. We're together." These sounds create a unique atmosphere for anyone lucky enough to witness their migration. The gnatcatcher also shows surprising intelligence for its size. It quickly learns where food is, recognizes safe and risky environments, and can even memorize routes among shrubs, returning to the exact same spots days later. An impressive skill for such a small bird. Number 5. Red-backed fairy wren. The red-backed fairy wren, Melurus melanocephalus, is one of those creatures that look hand-drawn by an artist who decided to combine delicacy, color, personality, and charm in a single tiny body. At about 11 centimeters and weighing roughly the same as a dessert spoon, this little Australian bird defies all logic of the animal kingdom. The smaller it is, the bigger the impression it makes. From the dry inland habitats to the golden-lit coastal shrubs, this bird marks its presence with energy, color, and a behavior that mixes mischief, curiosity, and grace. It never goes unnoticed, even when it tries. Appearance. A prince with a red cape among Australian passerines, few have a more striking breeding plumage than the male red-backed fairy wren. When summer arrives and the landscape heats up, he transforms into a true feathered prince. An entirely black body, shiny like polished charcoal, a fiery red mantle covering his back like a tiny burning cape, a thin dark beak perfectly adapted for catching insects, bright alert eyes that seem aware of everything. The transformation is dramatic. Outside the breeding season, the male looks much like the female. Brown, discreet, subtle. It's one of the most remarkable examples of extreme seasonal molt among birds. The female, meanwhile, has her own charm. Light brown plumage, soft beige chest, slightly bluish tail, an expression that conveys delicacy and alertness at the same time. Her beauty lies in her lightness, simplicity, and the quick, elegant way she moves. Personality. Tiny body, giant attitude. The red-backed fairy wren may be small, but its behavior makes up for every millimeter. It is active, expressive, bold, social, extremely communicative. On the ground or among shrubs, it hops as if constantly dancing, its tail flicking up and down in almost theatrical movements. Observers often describe this as a non-stop performance. Despite its size, it's not shy. Naturally curious, it often approaches humans walking calmly through Australian trails. Group life, unity, cooperation, and constant energy. Fairy wrens live in family groups, forming highly organized little communities. They feed together, protect each other, sing together, and warn each other of predators with specific calls. The group is structured yet cooperative. Young birds often help feed new chicks, increasing the family's survival rate. This cooperative lifestyle is one of the trademarks of the genus Melurus. Watching them move together is like seeing tiny balls of energy vibrating through leaves. Song, a delicate, constant soundtrack. The red-backed fairy wren's song is a sequence of fast, clear, high-pitched notes notes, almost like drops of water falling into a glass. They communicate constantly to mark territory, to attract mates, to keep the group united, to alert about danger, or simply to announce their presence. If you listen closely, you'll notice they have musical dialogues. One sings, another responds, and a third adds higher notes. It's a lively conversation, rhythmic, delicate, and full of nuance. Courtship behavior, Australia's sweetest gesture. Among all Australian birds, few are as famous for their romantic gesture as the red-backed fairy wren. During the breeding season, males perform one of the most adorable behaviors in the animal kingdom. They offer flower petals to females. Yes, petals, especially white, lilac, or pink ones, with the bright red cape shining under the sun and the black chest contrasting with the soft flower. The male approaches the female with light steps and upright posture. He is not aggressive, does not force the interaction. He simply offers. It's a visually enchanting ritual. This display demonstrates health, shows skill in finding resources, displays confidence, attracts the female's attention, and strengthens bonds. It is one of the most elegant courtship behaviors among passerines. Diet: tiny hunters, precise and fast. The red-backed fairy wren feeds mainly on insects. They search for ants, small flies, young beetles, tiny caterpillars, small spiders, hidden larvae. Their hunting technique is impressive. They hop, land, capture, and return to the branch, all in a matter of seconds. Despite being small, they are incredibly fast and efficient. Habitat: master of Australian shrubs. The red-backed fairy wren lives in semi-arid regions, savannas, low scrublands, open woodlands, river margins, dry fields, coastal zones. What it loves most are dense, low shrubs, perfect for hiding, building nests, protecting chicks, hunting insects easily. It's adaptable but very loyal to this type of vegetation. Nests: tiny cradles hidden among leaves. The nest is a perfectly camouflaged work of art, spherical shape, woven structure, soft interior of feathers and fibers, discreet side entrance. Females are the main architects. They build the nest with care, precision, and patience, creating a safe environment for their eggs. Chicks grow fast and soon follow their parents in little hops through the underbrush, learning every detail of wildlife. Predators and defense strategies. Despite their size, these birds have well-developed defensive behavior. When a predator approaches, the group emits specific alarm calls, disperses quickly, hides in dense shrubs, avoids long, open flights, relies on agility to survive. Predators include snakes, raptors, large lizards, small carnivorous mammals. Group cooperation greatly increases their chances of survival. Surprising facts: males can completely change color twice a year. Their petal offering behavior is so famous it appears in international studies on animal kindness. They are highly loyal to their territory. Despite being delicate, they survive in very hot, dry environments. A family can remain together for years. Young males practice songs while still chicks. Why is the red-backed fairy wren so enchanting? Because it concentrates in a tiny body, vibrant colors, gentle behavior, social intelligence, delicate song, charming movements, impressive rituals, and a presence that lights up the landscape. It looks like a miniature fairy tale hero, light, colorful, expressive, and always in motion. A bird so small it could go unnoticed, yet thanks to its luminous personality, it never does. Number 6. Rainbow lorikeet. An explosion of color and cuteness. Imagine a bird painted with all the colors of the rainbow. The rainbow lorikeet looks like it was created by an artist. And beyond that, it's fun, affectionate, and impossible to ignore. Native to Australia, it measures between 25 and 30 centimeters, and its plumage blends vibrant shades of blue, green, yellow, red, and orange. It looks like a flying party, but its real charm lies in its personality. Rainbow lorikeets are social, playful, and very vocal. They live in groups, making funny sounds, and love exploring everything around them with their beaks and feet. They adore fruit and nectar, and it's common to see them hanging upside down on branches. An acrobatic habit that makes them even more adorable. With lively eyes, shiny feathers, and contagious energy, the rainbow lorikeet is pure joy with wings. Number 7. European roller, a tropical blue right in Europe. Have you ever seen a bird that looks like it mixes the sky and the sea in each feather? The European roller is a spectacle of gentle colors and elegance. Though it lives in drier areas of Europe, it has an almost tropical appearance and a tenderness that wins hearts at first glance. Measuring about 30 centimeters, it displays plumage in sky blue, turquoise, and warm brown on its back. When it opens its wings, dark blue accents appear, creating a true show of colors in motion. But what makes it even more captivating is its calm, reserved behavior. It often perches on high branches, observing everything with a serene, attentive gaze. Its flight is strong, yet graceful, almost like a dance in the air. And its call, though raspy and discreet, carries a mysterious charm. With serene beauty and a peaceful nature, it's the kind of bird that brings a sense of calm just by looking at it. Number 8. Crimson Chat, a tiny red spark of contagious energy. Have you ever seen a bird so small and vibrant it looks like a drop of red paint jumping among the branches? That's the Crimson Chat, one of the most charming birds of Australia's arid zones. At about 13 centimeters, the male draws attention with its bright red head and chest, contrasting with the brown back. The female is more discreet with beige tones and slight reddish touches, still adorable. It lives in dry areas and open fields, always on the move, hopping between branches with curiosity and energy, as if exploring the world with pure joy. The Crimson Chat also sings frequently, emitting soft, repetitive sounds that match its lively and charming personality. With its cheerful appearance and playful spirit, it seems made to color the landscape. Number 9. Mountain Bluebird, a sky blue soul with serene beauty. Have you ever seen a bird so blue it looks like it's carrying the sky on its wings? The mountain bluebird is pure poetry in bird form. With its soft sky blue feathers and peaceful behavior, it seems to float in slow motion over the landscapes of Western North America. It measures about 18 centimeters. The male is entirely turquoise blue, while the female has softer tones with hints of gray. Together they make one of the most photogenic couples in nature. They love open fields, plains, and mountain regions where they nest in cavities and perform graceful flights over wildflowers. Its gentle gaze, smooth movements, and calm flight make the mountain bluebird a living image of peace. And its song is as soft and relaxing as a spring breeze. Number 10. Black-capped chickadee, a curious little bird that seems to greet you. Have you ever seen a bird that looks like it says good morning just by looking at you? The black-capped chickadee is exactly like that, tiny, friendly, and full of charm from the very first glance. It measures around 12 centimeters and has soft plumage in shades of white, gray, and beige, plus a little black cap that covers its head and eyes, giving it a unique and expressive appearance. But its behavior is what really wins hearts. This bird is extremely curious and approachable. In many parts of North America, it gets close to people without fear, and will even take seeds from your hand. Its call, which sounds like chick-a-dee-dee-dee, gave rise to its name. And when it sings, it truly sounds as if it's talking to you. With tiny size, lively eyes, and confident attitude, the chickadee is the kind of bird that makes you want to hug it. Number 11. Snowy owl, the snowy majesty with an enchanting gaze. Have you ever seen an owl so white and soft it looks like it's made of cotton? The snowy owl is one of the most elegant and captivating birds on Earth, reaching up to 70 centimeters. It commands respect, yet melts hearts with its snowy white plumage and large, expressive yellow eyes. It inhabits Arctic regions and is one of the few owl species that also hunts during the day, gliding silently over frozen landscapes. When perched, it looks like a living sculpture in the snow, majestic and unforgettable. Number 12. Japanese white-eye, barbling white-eye, two eyes surrounded by pure sweetness. A bird with eyes so cute it always looks surprised. That's the Japanese white-eye. It measures around 11 centimeters, has a green body and pale yellow chest, but its most iconic detail is the perfect white ring around its eyes, as if wearing fuzzy glasses. It's social, lives in cheerful flocks, and is constantly talking in sweet, high-pitched tones. It loves fruit and nectar, often seen hopping among flowers as if dancing, cuteness in bird form. Number 13. Tropical parula, a tiny tropical spark that brightens the day. A bird that looks like a little ball of sunshine with wings. The tropical parula is small, colorful, and full of sweetness. Only 12 centimeters long, it's like a living spark in the forest. It has a bright yellow chest, blue-gray wings, and an orange patch. An uplifting combination. It lives in tropical forests of Central and South America, singing short, high-pitched notes that sound like little laughs in the air. Active and curious, it hops between leaves and searches for insects with delicate movements. A tiny jewel that brightens any place. Number 14. Blue jay, a strong voice and a prince-like appearance. Have you ever seen a blue bird with a royal posture and bold personality? The blue jay is exactly that. Beauty, intelligence, and a touch of mischief. About 25 centimeters long, it has sky blue plumage with white and black details. Its raised crest gives it a noble and curious look, but what stands out most is its behavior. It's playful, vocal, loves imitating sounds, and lives in highly communicative groups. It hides seeds, explores everything, and surprises observers with its cleverness. And despite seeming bossy at times, it's very affectionate with its family. Charisma and beauty in one bird. Number 15. European robin, a red chest that warms the heart. You know that little bird that appears on almost every Christmas decoration in Europe? That's the European robin, one of the continent's most iconic and adorable species. Measuring about 14 centimeters, it's known for its orange-red chest contrasting with its brown body and large, gentle eyes. Its expression always looks kind, as if it's watching you with affection. Despite its size, it's brave and often approaches humans in gardens, acting like a tiny, curious guardian. Its melodious song is a gift, especially in winter. With its sweet appearance and friendly nature, the European robin is pure tenderness. Number 16. Bohemian waxwing, the most stylish hairstyle in the sky. Have you ever seen a bird that looks like it uses hair gel? The Bohemian waxwing is pure aerial elegance and one of the cutest birds of the cold northern regions. About 20 centimeters long, it displays reddish-beige plumage, a light gray belly, and yellow, white, and red accents on the wings. But the highlight is its crest, a silky top knot that sweeps gently backward as if it just walked out of a salon. Its eyes are framed by a black mask, giving it a cartoonish touch. They live in quiet flocks, feeding mostly on fruits in winter, and even share food with each other, adding to the cuteness. Elegant, calm, and mesmerizing to watch. Number 17. Long-tailed tit. A tiny fluff ball with a huge tail. Imagine a soft little ball with curious eyes and an extra long tail. That's the long-tailed tit, a European bird so cute it barely seems real. It measures about 14 centimeters, but most of that length is the tail. Its round little body is covered in white, pink, and gray feathers, with a face that looks like a marshmallow with tiny black eyes. It lives in lively flocks, hopping from branch to branch and chirping rapidly, and as if giggling. Besides being adorable, it's a skilled architect. It builds spherical nests made of moss, feathers, and spider webs, straight out of a fairy tale. With its charming appearance, energetic personality, and sweet sounds, the long-tailed tit seems made to bring smiles. Number 18. Northern cardinal, a vibrant red full of charm. Have you ever seen a red bird that looks like it came out of a Christmas card? The northern cardinal is exactly that. Elegant, cute, and full of grace across North America. At about 21 centimeters, the male stands out with its bright red body and black mask around the beak. The female is more discreet, brown with red accents, but equally adorable. Their behavior also enchants. They sing frequently, especially males, using sweet melodies to mark territory or court. During courtship, the male even feeds the female beak to beak. A heart-melting scene. They often appear in snowy backyards like a scarlet jewel against the white. With its intense color, melodic voice, and delicate gestures, the northern cardinal is pure charm in bird form. Number 19. Gouldian finch, a rainbow in the shape of a bird. Imagine a bird so colorful it looks like a living painting. The Gouldian finch, also known as the Lady Gouldian finch, is one of the most colorful and adorable birds on the planet. Native to Australia, it measures just 12 centimeters but catches more attention than many larger species. Its plumage mixes purple, green, yellow, blue, and red, and there are still variations with black or orange heads. It looks like a bird dressed for nature's carnival. Despite the vibrant appearance, it has a calm and elegant temperament. It lives in small groups and often perches side by side as if posing for photos. With a curious gaze, rounded body, and little hopping steps, it becomes even more charming. Its song is soft, like a delicate whisper. When it opens its wings, it's a show of its own, a tiny multicolored treasure that brightens any place. Number 20. Asian bluebird, a shimmering blue charm straight from the Asian forests. Have you ever seen a bird so bright it looks like it came out of a fairy tale? The Asian fairy bluebird is a species that combines elegance and cuteness in one body. Males display a metallic electric blue that shines under the forest light. Females have softer greenish blue tones that make their gentle, attentive gaze even sweeter. They measure about 25 centimeters and live in tropical forests of Asia, always high in the trees, where they fly gracefully and sing soft melodic songs, almost like enchanted whispers. Their round, dark eyes make their appearance even more adorable. It's the kind of bird that captures hearts effortlessly, with a serene presence that calms the soul. Have you ever seen this blue wonder of the Asian forests? Comment below. I want to know if the Asian fairy bluebird charmed you as much as it did us. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed our content, make sure to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. Also, check out the other videos appearing on your screen right now, and I'll see you in the next one. See you next time.